Oh, factory customizers, always innovating, always pushing the boundaries toward uncharted territory. And by all of that, I mean they're always trying to replicate what Mattel is doing in some way or another. I'm just going to come out with it, guys. I don't mean to break your hearts or anything, but they were not trying to make a metallic HG Hollis. They didn't sit down at their nice conference table and think, what is going to be our 2022 Factory Custom Headliner Edition, our special edition Factory Custom? What's it going to be? They were just trying to make a regular HG Hollis, and this is what happened to pop out. Now, sometimes what happens to pop out isn't always amazing. Like, yeah, that's Barry the Pedal. What are the eyes? They're a little wonky. They're a little big. Decals aren't great. And then you get like hybrid stuff, you know, whether it be like Silver and Ice Racer Frosty, or like this NASCAR Jackson Storm fused with like the unreleased Mattel Piston Cup Champion Jackson Storm, kind of also fused with just a regular Jackson Storm, or you just get kind of basic ones like Eric Breaker with slightly different rims. So this was very exciting when it popped out a couple months ago, because it's something that it looks great. It's in perfect condition, perfect quality, and like it actually adds to somebody's collection instead of just maybe like a slight eye variant or a slight wheel variant. Now, obviously I do buy some of that stuff too, because I'm weird and I just love cars, but this is something a lot more people would be interested in. So I thought it would be a great addition to season 9 of the 12 Days of Christmas. Welcome in, everybody. Today is day 4. Before we get into it, I want to shout out GetMeCollecitlbes. Of course, we're knee deep in the holiday season right now. If you need cars for somebody, if you're gift giving, or if you're gift giving yourself, he's the place to go, because he's got it all in terms of cars. And I'll leave his info in the description below and eBay link. The suggestors for today are quite vast. A lot of people were interested, as I said, for metallic HJ Hollis. And the suggestors are Wyatt Goralski, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, TheRollinGoldenPrime, and simply put, Carlos. So thank you guys very much for the suggestions. There were more people who suggested metallic HJ Hollis, but they also suggested other things, so I decided to leave them for other videos down the road in this series. So if you suggested metallic HJ and you didn't just get a shout out right then and there, you are more than likely in good hands for something else that you suggested later in this series. So maybe that's a little hint as to what's to come. But we're going to dive right in. I will put a picture of HJ there on the screen. It's been kind of a while. Actually, it really hasn't relative to other racers, because I did just review the Thailand version of him like maybe a year and a half ago, almost 2 years maybe. But yeah, it actually is quite nice, because I have the Chinese version and the Thailand version for us to review today and to all compare to this factory custom. So we're just going to start with the China edition that came out in late 2017 with the bonus collector card, because obviously the factory custom is also made in China. So right off the bat, you could tell that the green isn't necessarily metallic. It's all the purple parts to them, which creates a really great look, and it makes them super duper similar in aesthetic to some other racers that I'll show in a bit. I feel like if you made, I mean, obviously it would be cool if like the green was metallic. It does look a little shiny. You could see a sparkle in the paint there, but if the green was metallic, it wouldn't have like that nuance to it. Like the purple, like making it selectively metallic in a couple areas gives it a nice complement of all the colors, complementarity, and just overall it looks elegant. So you can see it's just like a nice shiny lavender, and the decals still look great. N2O Cola, the expressions are the same. Looks like the eye color might have changed a little bit, but nothing too wild. Yeah, you could definitely see a little bit of sparkle in both of the greens. This is more of a fainter green. This is more of like your green apple type green. Like I'm bobbing for apples at the Fall Fest type of green. But yeah, everything else there is the same. He does still have black wheels, the Lightyear tires, but on the factory custom, you can see that the Lightyear text is actually much thicker. And it doesn't really say Lightyear. I remember they did this on something else. It actually says Nivian. What? Isn't that so weird? Where did they come out with Nivian, right? Knivvian. That's so wild to me, honestly. I didn't notice that till now, but I have seen it on other factory customs. But even with like the Eric Breaker I showed you, like that one still says Lightyear. So that's a little interesting. Nivian, the next gen tire. Look at these contingency sponsors. Look how clear they are. I mean, here's the Thailand version. Not horrible, but obviously not great. Inferior to both of these. Piston Cup, Combustor, Carbon Fiber, and Synergy are the contingency sponsors. He's got a nice flat 68 there. No depth to it, just white text flat there on the metallic lavender background. Looks great. He's got the arrow there indicating to the pit crew where to lift him up at to change the tires. The exhaust pipes look a little different than the official version. The gas cap is just like a silver dot, whereas before it's more of like a gray hole. The roof is also metallic, which looks great. You got the roof flaps going there. He's got window bars, whereas before he didn't on the Chinese version. I keep saying this as if like Mattel made this change, but they didn't. Obviously, this is, again, a factory custom, which means it essentially is a counterfeit. Like, it's fake. It's not, you know, an officially licensed product from Mattel, even though it looks exactly like it would be, right? But I hesitate to use counterfeit all the time because of the fact that I collect them, I love them, and it's not like Mattel is really trying to stop them, although I don't think they love it, but they haven't stopped them in like over a decade, so there's that. But yeah, the spoilers look really good here. Again, you have H2O Cola, N2O Cola. Oh my god, H2O Cola. That would just be drinking air. Water. Assumingly so. Yeah, I just love, they didn't miss a single purple pattern spot on him. Everything is just this nice shiny lavender. And I love the back for two reasons. Of course, it is, you know, again, covered in this lavender color. Just looks great. And again, elegant, luxurious, almost silver. You have the N2O Cola logo there. And he does not have the rookie yellow racing stripes. And it kind of makes sense, though, if you're like thinking that this HJ like gets his paint job maybe in like a couple years after the events of Cars 3. He's no longer a rookie, so he no longer needs those yellow racing stripes. Now, if you're just assuming it's like a metallic version of him in Cars 3, then, well, no. But on the other hand, it does look better, undoubtedly, without the yellow rookie stripes. And I'll prove that to you here. Would Jonas Carvers, this is an official Mattel release, by the way, metallic Jonas Carvers from 2020, would that not look better without those yellow stripes? I think it absolutely would. It would just be a clean crimson red. Oh my god. I need to calm down. I'm getting a little too excited over the thought of just like that blank red bumper. But yeah, this looks great. I like it. I'm glad that they removed those stripes. And the base looks pretty legit. Made in China, Disney Pixar, Mattel. Even has a date stamp. But you could tell that it's a little wonky. The rivets are a little different. 0749 EA means that this base was produced during the 19th or the 74th day of 2019. This one was the 221st day of 2017. So this is not like an HJ Hollis base. Who knows, even if it's like a scrapped Mattel base, it could be something that they made. Who knows? I mean, I have no idea how they make these things. I would assume they make them in like old Mattel factories, or the old rumor used to be like they do it like in after hours, you know, like once the warehouse kind of closes down for the day. But that just doesn't seem feasible to me. I mean, these have to be some like high elite sleuthing going on, some stealth magicians. But yeah, I was saying that this next gen, this metallic HJ now has a similar vibe to a couple others, those being Steve Slick LePage and Chase Racelet. Oh my god, don't do that. They all are like green kind of, but they have like these metallic splotches on them. Like they aren't overly metallic, but they have metallic elements to them. You know, whether it be Chase Racelet, who came first with this emerald green patch on his hood and on the sides, which just looks gorgeous. It's still one of the most, in my opinion, unique elements to any next gen. I mean, having like this two-tone going on here and it being like this gorgeous emerald green. Oh, I love that. Steve LePage here, they struggled a little bit. Like you could see around the fenders that this like metallic foil decal is kind of like flaking off. So they still need to like iron out the like quality on the way that they apply these decals, but it is still pretty nice. The text is in like the metallic look as well, and it just really stands out on like the forest green, almost black body color. So yeah, HJ is the same way, just, you know, in lavender metallic. Wow, that's wild. I love it. I really do like this car. Of course, I don't know if it's quite as good, you know, still as the metallic Jonas carvers, just because, I mean, red's my favorite color, so Jonas is an awesome release in my opinion. But still a great car, and obviously now we can compare him to the Thailand version real quick here. Not much to say here because, of course, if you want to see the differences between China and Thailand, you could check out my original review between Thailand and China, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. But you can see that on the Thailand version, they have a little bit more of that depth to the numbering there. There's like a shadow behind it. Just being flat on the paint here on the factory custom. I still can't get over the Nivian tires, though. It's really weird. We'll have to Google that to see if that like actually exists somewhere. Of course, here this HJ has metal windows as part of the body, whereas before they were a plastic inserted piece coming from the interior. Yeah, HJ, was he? Yeah, he must have been released in 2021. No, was he? Gosh, I can't remember. They released so many next gens and so many in like 2-packs and within close periods of time. Like they just released Bury the Pedal in 2022, and then they're already putting him in like the first 2-pack of 2023. It's like, bro, come on, are you trying to confuse us? But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching day 4 of the 12 days of Christmas. This is quite the sexy factory custom in my opinion. I think he is sexier than yesterday's metallic red Rust-eze Racing Center Wrap Mater, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. This isn't like a team N2O Cola video by any stretch of the imagination, but these two were feeling jolly and wanted to make an appearance. Parker Breakston and this custom N2O Cola crew chief. I do have the real deal prototype unreleased car now, but still gotta give the custom attention. You know, I always thought like there have been times where I'd get like a plastic version of a car. Like I used to have the plastic Bessie before the regular Bessie. There'd be times where I'd have like the Disney Store Kevin Schiffright before I got the Disney Store or the Mattel Kevin Schiffright. And then once you get like the Mattel Premier version, these other versions just kind of like fall under the, you know, radar and all that. It's like you gotta still appreciate them. Even though they were replaced, you gotta still cherish them. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 5. It's going to be a big one. You guys aren't expecting the wildness that's about to occur. Bye now.